Greetings and welcome to Beauty Out of Mire channel, where we discuss important matters to do with neurodevelopmental disorders. Today we want to look at the important topic of the importance of schooling for children with neurodevelopmental disorders. Now, these are children who suffer injuries on a developing brain and the central nervous system, and it will include examples such as autism, cerebral palsy, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, dyslexia, among many others. We want to look at, is it important for them to go to school? I am your host, Dr. Phidel Baraza, and I'm glad that you are joining us for this conversation. Every child has a right to life, a right to be protected and to be provided for, and a right to go to school. Many times it is sad that children with neurodevelopmental disorders are left behind when it comes to schooling and formation. While their siblings are going to school and their peers are going to school, these children are hidden and left behind. They can only watch and observe as others put on their school uniforms, adorn very beautifully in their school regalia, carry their books off to school, and then come back and begin to narrate how their day was with their peers, at school, with their teachers, and all that. Have you ever wondered what that makes them feel? They may be nonverbal, but they can be able to process the information and know what is going on around them. They know when they have been rejected, when they have been neglected, when nobody is not giving them attention, and when they are being treated unfairly. And then they become voices that have been shut, saying nothing but seeing everything and hearing everything. Today, we are here to speak about that. As a parent of a child with disability, I will speak out and say it is very important for us to take our children to school, because I've seen how school has transformed my own daughter. It is through school. The teachers told me to take her to school at the age of 2 years. At that particular time, she didn't even know how to sit properly, and her neck had just held. She didn't know how to stand up. She couldn't stand. When the doctors told me to take her to school initially, I thought the doctors were not realistic. I thought they didn't know what they were doing. I actually thought it was a test. But I took her to school, and it is in school that she learned, through watching and observing others walk. She learned how to begin to stand and walk through items, and then eventually knew how to stand. It took her a while to know how to walk because we needed to combine with a lot of therapy. She eventually got to know how to walk, but she learned how to stand. And going to school has helped her to deal with a lot of other social issues, a day at a time. And yes, with children with neurodevelopmental disorders, we take it a day at a time. Every achievement, every milestone is worth celebration. But I want to encourage every parent of a child with disability, do not hide your child. They have a right to education. They have a right to grow up like any other child, a right to grow up just like their siblings and their peers in the neighborhood. Don't forget about them. Get them their school uniforms, get them their school bags, let them go to school, and let them learn how to learn. Schooling is key. Going to school is not just about learning mathematical formulas and arithmetic and science and all those things. It is more than that. Just learning how to socialize with one another, that is learning. A child learning how to groom, that is learning. A child learning how to eat, on the table with the rest of the children, that is learning. A child learning how to socialize and play with the rest of the children, that is learning. There's a lot more to learning than just having a child go and learn how to hold a pen and write. Now, my child has been in school from 2 years, as I have mentioned. Now she's 14 years. She still doesn't know how to read and write because of her condition. She has a problem with her fine motor skills, and so holding a pen and writing those numbers is hard. But she's learned a lot. She's learned how to socialize with other children, and I see how jovial she is around other children. She gets excited and she's happy. She loves children. She has a sweet spirit, and it's because she's learned how to socialize with other children at school. A child learning how to just sit around the table and eat is something. For a very long time, we had to carry food for my daughter to go into school. Until recently, she's gone to school, and I just was told she saw the rest of the children come and line up. She saw the younger classes go to and line up. And one day, she had already finished eating her food. She saw them line up, and she also decided to go and join them on the queue. And she walked with them until she reached to the servers. She was given food. She went, sat down with the rest of the children, and she ate and cleared her plate. And from that time, anytime she was given food from home, she refuses. She only takes food at school, but it's because she has learned how to do that with the rest of the children at school. Now that is learning, and that's not a mean feat. That's a great thing that she has learned how to be able to do that with the rest of the children. You can be able to let the child go to school, and as they come to school, there's a lot more that they learn. Learning is about even life skills as a whole. Life skills cannot be taken lightly. Every child needs to learn life skills. Those life skills are things that they will carry through the whole life. When they can know how to groom, when they can know how to brush their teeth, when they can know how to put on and dress themselves, or even with help know their choices, that is learning. So I want to encourage every parent, please take children to school. Let the children learn with the others. It is disservice and injustice to leave a child at home and not take them to school simply because they are disabled. Every child deserves to go to school and also be formed like the rest of the children, because societies thrive when every member of the society is giving back to the society in a meaningful way. Now, in the coming episodes, I'm going to be able to bring on board special needs teachers from different schools, different angles, and let them be able to just let us know what they are doing and the transformations they have seen in the children that they have been teaching. And I hope that that will encourage every parent to be able to take their child to school. Don't hide your child. The world is a better place when all of us are given an opportunity to live in a meaningful way. A child with disability deserves to be in this world and have access to every other benefit and opportunity like any other child. So don't feel sad and don't feel ashamed that you have a child with disability. If you don't know how to do it, at Beauty Out of Mire, we are your support system, and we thrive in creating inclusive environments. We'll be there to guide you and give you different options on how to go about it to help your child with disability. And in case you are there and you also want to give a donation towards supporting a child with disability to go to school, because at times special schools can be very expensive, feel free to reach us out through our paybill number on your screen, and we'll be sure to make sure that a child with disability gains that education as it ought to be. God bless you. Please remember to subscribe on all our social media handles and follow us and like us. Until next time, bye-bye.